Hello, everyone. This is V from Kamul Awicon 2021, and I'm here interviewing my dad, Tato, about physical activity and mental health. So, how are you doing here, Dad?
I'm doing good. Thank you for inviting me.
All right, here's your first question. What were all the sports that you played when you were growing up?
Uh, um, we played basketball, baseball, football, and track. Uh, that's just about it.
All right. Is there any sport that you would have liked to have played more? Is there one that you would have liked to learn how to play?
Well, I think track. I would, miss that opportunity in high school. Um, that's something I wish I probably would have done, but it kind of mixed in right after cross country season, so I was kind of tired.
All right. And so tell us about your time in Hotshot. And if you could explain what that is, that would be great.
Okay. Hotshot was uh, a contest sponsored by the National Basketball Association, the NBA. This is back in 1980. Take you back a long time. So they used to go. Each team had a sponsor, a shooter sponsor, be representative to their basketball shooting team. Excuse me. And so when the NBA set this up, they went to communities around the main franchise city. Like mine was the Golden State Warriors out here in California, in Oakland. And so the NBA went out to different communities in the area and had contests for different age groups. And so once you win your city, you would go to a different local city and shoot against their top shooters, and so on, so on. So I had 5 levels I went to, where I won in my hometown, and then I went to 4 other communities and beat out their top shooters in this contest. And then after that fifth area, you represent the Warriors and you shoot at their home gym at halftime of an NBA basketball game. So, um, but it was quite an experience. I did it twice, so I did that whole process 2 years in a row. I lost my first year at halftime, um, and the second year I practiced harder, and then I won at halftime at in Oakland. Um, and then the NBA flew me and my mother to Seattle to shoot against their top shooters. So that's just about how far I went, but it was quite an experience.
All right. And tell us about the 500-mile run that you were in, and if you can explain what that is for people who wouldn't know.
Uh, Once again, I was a really young man, uh, right out of 8th grade. Um, our local tribe leaders there um, got a team of runners together, 12 runners, and they said we're going to run in a 500-mile marathon from a reservation down by San Diego, and then you finished at DQ University by Davis, up by Sacramento, California. So it was a 500-mile run. We had 12 runners, and we practiced. Started in June, but we practiced April, May. April, May. We logged a lot of miles up in our region in the heat and hills and rocks to get ready for this run. It would take us a week. So when we drove down to the reservation, there was other tribes that were running in this race. It could be Navajo, the Cherokee, just different big tribes, and it was quite an event. And uh, it took us 6 days so we probably logged about 70 miles for each runner. So it was a very long run, and we actually came in first place.
Yeah. So, how did sports or exercise in general help with your mental health?
Um, I would say I was so young, when I started playing. The basketball was the first sport I really, you know, came in love with, and just the it was just a release being outside, because when you're in house all the time, and because our house was, we had 10, 12 kids in the house at a time, and it was just a crowded house, and so and there was a lot of stresses, and going through teenage, when you're a teenager, you're going through a lot of stress, just school and a lot of other pressures. But I found basketball. It was my go-to to relieve stress, and be actually going outside and being creative with the basketball, because I fell in love with basketball as reading about all these NBA legends, and I really wanted to be an NBA basketball player. And so I practiced and practiced and practiced, and got to be outside and played into the night, and practiced 2 3 hours at a time when I was a kid, and that's where my creativeness came through. If I wanted to emulate different basketball moves by NBA players, dribbling through the legs or around the back, so I would practice, and I wasn't smooth at first, but anytime you're being creative and trying something new, you're gonna fail, or you just keep doing it, keep practicing until it's repetition, and then you know it by heart. And so basketball gave me a chance to be outside with, being my creative mind and reducing stress, and I get to be myself, and it made me happy, and it made me feel accomplished. When I practice and practice and practice doing something, and then I put that into gameplay, and it works in gameplay, and I know it works, and you score a bucket, or you dribble between your legs to drive past a defender, and all that practice comes to fruition. You see your creativeness follow through, and that's what I think. It helps me mentally, um, when I can see things through from the very beginning, uh, and then I can see the end result, that I can achieve something just by repetition and concentration, patience, uh, and so I think that helps my mental uh, thoughts and feelings.
All right. So, what was your favorite part about coaching sports?
You know, Putting everything that I've gone through, uh, as far as my sports history, and teaching the next generation. I think I get a kick out of that. Teaching your knowledge, and showing the kids, just how I started. You know, it wasn't smooth, right? You know, um, when I tried to show you guys how to dribble through your legs, it wasn't first try success, right? You dribble it off your legs, and you got to go chase down your ball and try it again. But uh, that I got to be able to talk to the kids and teach them how to do things, how to handle the basketball, how to dribble, how to shoot. Uh, it just feels good when you're passing down knowledge, to help another person, either at sports or could be, you know, math or English, you know, um, anything that you can pass on knowledge to the younger generations is, you know, you can give them that information and they can use it in their own way.
And last question, is there any advice you would give to someone who's looking into learning a new sport or someone who's trying to get back into a workout routine?
Yeah, just go out and do it. Don't be don't be fearful. You know, go out there and be creative. You know, um, and enjoy it. You know, go outside and or inside, whatever you're going to be taking up, and be relentless, and never give up, and uh, you know, open up your mind to that creativeness in your mind, uh, and see things through.
All right. Thank you so much for coming in today to do this interview, Dad. And thank you, everyone, for coming in to listen to this panel. My dad doesn't have a online social media or anything, so that those links won't be in the description this time. But thank you all so much for coming, and check out more of our panels and streams in the convention.